All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV, we in the building. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And yes, I am upset that my Lions did lose. A lot of people talking stuff on social media. I am right. I'm alive. I've been a Lions fan for over 25 years plus. I've dealt with the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs, all right? So everybody got jokes. I'm still alive. I'm okay. I'm used to seeing the team lose, all right? But, yeah, earlier today, I caught up on it. We got a game. The Clippers lost to the Nuggets. The Nuggets forced the game 7. They're pretty much seeming like they're having a Kansas City Chief type of comeback in the playoffs like the Chiefs did this year. Well, last year. This year technically, but last season, where they came back against the Tennessee Titans and also the Texans and the Super Bowl runner-ups, 49ers, who lost today to Kyler Murray and the Cardinals. But hey, check out our NBA Talk playlist. I have an NFL review Tuesday morning, God willing. Once again, I do appreciate everybody for tapping in. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And the Clippers' problem is turning on the switch and turn it off. They are an entitled team. All right? They think they done something in the league because they got Kawhi Leonard. All right? Kawhi Leonard is probably the best thing smoking in the league right now. And really what it boiled down to is Lewis Williams stepping up, Montrezl Harrell stepping up, Paul George consistently stepping up to help Kawhi Leonard off. You shouldn't be boom or bust with 2 6-man of the year candidates right now. A guy that could be defensive player of the year every year with Patrick Beverley. Okay? Come on, Marcus Morris Sr., what are you doing? 5 points today. Zubac, 2 points today. Pat Beverley, 2 points today. Lewis Williams, 24 minutes on 14 points. Doc Rivers is getting exposed as a whack-ass coach. Excuse my French. He is getting exposed. There's no way in hell that Lewis Williams should have 24 minutes unless he's in foul trouble. And he didn't record a foul. Let me help Doc Rivers out a little bit. You might want to start Lewis Williams. All right, bring Marcus Morris off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Bring Pat off the bench. I will go and start Lewis, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. You know what? And I would start Green. And then I'll probably look to start. I'll keep Zubac in there. Possibly. I will start Lewis Williams. I will let Lewis Williams get in the rhythm early. I'll run sets for Lewis Williams. I'll play Lewis Williams with Kawhi as much as possible. If I can get Lewis Williams out there without Kawhi just to save some offense, Patrick Beverley got to go to the bench. Straight up and down. That's just what's going to have to happen. They need to play Reggie Jackson more. I know, he hit or miss, but he been playing big from the seeding games and something a little bit in the playoffs when he got to play. So that's what my thing will look like. It'll look like Trez coming off the bench. Reggie Jackson coming off the bench. Hero coming off the bench. Them be my 3 bench hitters. And the way Zubac playing, they might want to think about starting Joakim Noah, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? Joakim Noah would be a better defense on Jokic, even at, 36 years old. But it's time for him to shake it up. And it's not to shake it up in fear we're going to lose to the Nuggets. It's to shake it up so you get some help for Kawhi Leonard on that floor with Lewis Williams. So they can't just collapse on him going one-on-one where Lewis can make a shot. Paul made some shots today, but Patrick Beverley, Zubac, and Morris is terrible. But they just feel entitled when they shouldn't. And Kawhi is just doing too much. If Kawhi don't play good, they lose. That shouldn't be the case. But Jokic was unstoppable tonight. I mean, he was just throwing shit up to the heavens and it was dropping. He threw up a couple shots off one leg, 3-pointer. It was just his night today, and it should have been his series. They got nobody in this team that can stop him. Nobody on this team who can stop Jokic. Not Harold, not Zubac. I was insulted in this early in the series. He was letting Zubac, give him some problems. They got nobody that can touch him. They probably got some players that can touch Murray. They probably got some players that can touch Harris. But in this series, it should be all Jokic. He got help today from Jamal Murray. He shot good, but he didn't take a ton of shots. He only took 13 shots. 13, that's it. He was efficient today. You know, Plumlee ain't played a lot this year. Michael Porter, he shot the ball well today. And it's just, you know, you look at the Denver, it's just going to be their conference, bro. Like, if the NBA allowed Denver to actually play and go out there and win, because they do not like small conferences, that's why they don't market them, or small markets, excuse me. I don't see how this team, unless somebody intentionally messed it up. You can remove Paul Millsap, and you can remove, you know, a couple guys, man. But this team should thrive. This team legitimately should thrive and be the Western Conference should be theirs. You know, Murray still getting better, Jokic still getting better, Porter gonna get better. Porter is gonna be the key. Him and Bola. If they develop into something, I just don't see too many teams touching this team. But today, you know, it was all about Murray being efficient and Jokic taking over. You know, they came back from, 16 again, 18, 19 again. And that just the Clippers just getting comfortable. The Clippers is by far the better team at this point. And obviously their window is a lot smaller than Denver's window. And that's the God honest truth. You know, Denver can be the future of this division for a long time, but they young. And they getting buckets. And they got two young dudes in Jordan Porter and Bola that can just put them over the top. And they could be a perennial Western Conference champion every year, but you know, with the Clippers, they got a lot of issues, man. The reason why Jokic is going off because they don't have a 5. They went out there with Zubac and Trez. Trez not big enough and Zubac not good enough. They should look to get somebody defensively like Dwight Howard, but they end up getting Joakim, so they use him. But the Clippers is just a complacent team. They entitled. They feel they can flip the switch on and off, and that's because of Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers got to kill that. He got to kill that narrative with them. He got to make these dudes light a fire under him. You know, and also players are gonna respect the best player playing. At this part, I don't know if it's you know, Patrick Beverly injury. He be going to the bench. Next man up. It's just simple as that, man. And tonight, you know, Doc Rivers been getting out coached. He not motivating his players. You know, it's Kawhi a bust. And that's not ain't fair. And I know Kawhi, you know, like I ain't had to do this much shit in Toronto. I'm doing way too much. And when he picked his partner, Paul George, he should have looked at his history in the playoffs, which is atrocious of lately. Jimmy Butler might have made a mistake. He should have went to LA. I know he liked Miami, but his ability to step up in big games, you know, at this point, I think Jimmy Butler is better than Paul George. I had my reservations about that, man, but you know, Jimmy Butler and Kawhi, that would be way better than Kawhi and Paul George. And now you got talks about them talking about bringing in Giannis. Who you think they're going to give up to get Giannis? Paul George. Paul George is pathetic in the playoffs. Him, Westbrook, and James Harden have disappointed the most. Even though Paul George played half decent today, you know, they still only shot 41%. He was 9 for 21. He still shot less than 50%. He shot in the 40% for three-point line. He made all his free throws, but right now he just not. He the difference. He pick his game up, this series be over in 4 or 5 games. And also the difference is Patrick Beverly's out there just accumulating nothing. Listen to this stat line. 2 points, -1, 6 fouls, 2 turnovers, 4 assists, 2 rebounds, no free throws attempted, no 3 points attempted, 1 for 2 from the field. Why is he even out there? Please, ask me, why is Patrick Beverly even out there? He played 18 minutes and fouled out. Just sit his ass on the bench. Why not? You know, they played Larry Shamet 20 minutes. He had 1 point. What you got to lose? You know, I mean, that 38 minutes could have went to Lewis Williams and Reggie Jackson. I mean, come on, man. What's wrong with Doc Rivers, bruh? At this point, he needs to rethink his rotation. But you know what? If they get past Denver, and they play the Lakers, watch how turned up they is for 7 games. Watch how it's different. And it shouldn't be that way. They could be rested in the bubble. They going life and death with Denver. And don't be surprised if Denver win Game 7. Don't be surprised if Denver make it all the way. It wouldn't shock me. They had a Game 7 with Portland last year where they lost by the hair of their chins. So they bumped their heads when they've been through the process. Only difference is they don't have Will Barton. They had Will Barton, this series probably be over in their favor. Because he going to bring the umph off the bench. He going to bring the umph. But, going into Game 7, give a prediction, I'm just going to say the Clippers going to beat them. They're going to make sure the Clippers get there. They want Clippers and LeBron, and, they line up versus the Lakers. I mean, then you're going to see the best come out of everybody. The only person I'm really concerned about is Patrick Beverly and Paul George. Because Beverly not healthy, and they refusing to take him out the game and put Reggie in and give more minutes to Lewis Williams. And ever since Lewis Williams got in the bubble, he ain't been good. Ever since Trez been back, he ain't been good. So when your 2 6-man of the year candidates or one winner or previous 2 winners don't play well, then what you expect? They come into the Lakers series with this switch on, switch off type of mentality. They're not gonna last long. This series could have been over in 4 games, 5 games. They want to turn on and turn off the switch when they found out once momentum get rolling in Denver way. They want to turn the switch back on. It can't be turned back on because it's already gone. They got to get rid of that mentality. That's up to Doc Rivers to change that. But, hey, if they do make it to the finals, I think they're going to have a switch on, switch off mentality too. Because the teams they're going to be playing against, they're going to be favor heavy against. But you just don't really get it with them, man. But we'll see Game 7. I'm going to pick the Clippers to win that game. I think they're going to win it comfortably. But it could be close down the stretch. Denver do got that experience. But, hey, let me know what you guys think. Denver forces a Game 7, winning Game 6, 111-98. Don't forget to check out our NBA Talk playlist. Don't forget you can make a donation. Cash App CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Best way to donate is to share the video. Don't forget you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Also got Facebook group. All those in the description. If you ever got business questions, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, keep sharing the videos. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow, Goodfellow Sports TV.